For the next couple of weeks, Montreal will be a tennis city. That's because the National Bank Open is underway. Some of the top women's tennis talent will be playing at IGA Stadium at Gerry Park. And to talk more about the tournament and what can people expect, we are joined by Valerie Tetreault, the tournament director. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So we got a good preview yesterday in our newscast, but what can people expect over the next 10 days or so?
Well, there's going to be some very high quality tennis happening here at IGA Stadium. The first round matches have now started. There's already some pretty good action. A lot of Canadians are actually in action, and we have great hopes for them. We're hoping that some of them can win a couple of rounds and earn some important points, obviously, for their WTA ranking.
So this will be Genie Bouchards' last tournament. What does it mean to Tennis Canada that she chose this tournament in Montreal to be her last one?
It's a great deal. This is the chance, obviously, to recognize the great impact she's had on Canadian tennis, to celebrate the great career that she's had. I think that she was able to inspire, especially a lot of young girls, to want to pick up the sport. One of them is actually Vicky Mboko. Had the pleasure to talk to her a little bit yesterday, and she was telling me how she was just a kid watching Genie at Wimbledon, and that's how she actually decided to start playing tennis. And I'm sure that if we were to speak with more teenagers, well, they would be telling a similar story. So I think we're in for a very special moment with Genie, and she's going to play that match tomorrow night. I know that she's invited a lot of family members and friends, and so we're going to be all cheering for her together.
I want to ask you about renovations to the stadium, right? It's so important. We know other cities are investing many millions of dollars to upgrade their facilities. Can you just get us caught up? Where is Montreal on that front?
Yeah, that's the big challenge, I would say, for us right now. We know that in terms of the attendance, it's a great success story, this tournament, compared to other tournaments around the world. And that's something clear that doesn't go unnoticed by the tours and the players themselves. But then when we look at the quality right now of our infrastructures or installations, well, it's not at the level that we see in the other 1,000, which obviously is our competition. You look at a tournament like Cincinnati, which is right after us. And so for the players' perspectives, for example, well, once they're done over here, they're going to go to Cincinnati. And I think that, in terms of the installation, it will be at a higher level. And so it's something that obviously we need to keep an eye on. And that's why we feel like now is the time to work on this feasibility study that we launched at the beginning of the year. It's going to take a full year to complete that process before we can look at the vision really that we have for our tournament, for our IGA Stadium, and make sure that we can be up to the level of the other 1,000 and therefore assure the future of our event.
What needs to be upgraded with Montreal's facility? What's at the top of the list? Is it adding a roof, perhaps?
Well, the first thing I think is the current state of our center court. If you look at our center court, the round shape side, well, that's actually dated back to the baseball stadium back in 1969, and then three other sides were renovated in 1995. And so, of course, it's an aging center court. And so before thinking about adding a retractable roof over that court, I think we need to look at the current state and make sure that that's something that is feasible and that is smart to do. But then you're right, the roof comes right after. We see the tendency elsewhere. The Grand Slams all have at least 2 roofs, if not more. And most of the 1,000 will now either have a retractable roof or is part of their plan to add one in the coming years. And so again, we know that this is, even though it's not a standard yet required by the tours, it's probably something that is coming down the line. And we're getting more and more questions from both the tours and the players about this, especially after 2 tough years in terms of rain.
And just very quickly before we wrap up here, any risk we could lose the tournament if this work doesn't happen?
In the very short term, I don't see a risk, but I do think that there's a risk mid to long term. And so that's why we need to do this work now, understanding obviously that it's a long process. And so we're not going to start building, in the coming months. But we need to start looking at this right now so that we can be ready.
Okay, Valerie Tetreault, should be a very entertaining week. Thank you so much from Tennis Canada. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.